right, gentlemen, we've been through the rules in the back. I expect a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch them up if you want.
Very intense stare down between these two undefeated welterweights. The favorite in this one, that's the underdog, James Martin. He is a plus 350. M A Yah II comes in, according to Bet Online, as a minus 450 favorite. Yah with the red tape and the white trunks. Martin, blue tape, white shorts, and sort of blue hair, I think, as well.
Ron, I was very interested to see how James Martin would start this fight. In his last fight that I watched, very unorthodox. He comes out with an Imanari roll, which is basically you kind of like roll on your back, Granby roll type to the leg, and it's somebody usually that does an Imanari roll means they have leg locks. He has an unorthodox approach. He will put himself in bad positions to get great submissions. He needs to watch himself, though, against somebody like M A Yah. M A Yah is a very, you see, physically very well built for the weight class at welterweight.
Absolutely.
Just a good foundation. I think he's an opponent that he actually said, I want to test out that black belt of James Martin.
Yah went undefeated as an amateur, 7-0, 4 victories coming via knockout, 2-0 as a pro, a win via submission and 1 decision. Martin's got a win in his pro debut. That was back in October. Rear naked choke win over Brandon Guy. That was a first round win. Black belt in karate, started karate at age 4. Black belt in BJJ as well. Legacy Fighting Alliance number 182 action here on the LFA Fight Network on YouTube. Make sure you're following the LFA on all social media platforms at LFA Fighting.
You mentioned Martin being a black belt in karate, although I mentioned how he has an unorthodox approach in jiu-jitsu, but you're seeing that karate style kind of play out right now. Both men trying to kind of get a feel for one another, letting the nervous energy kind of expel itself from the cage, but Martin switching stances a lot. He's throwing that jab out there, having a look, and he switches as he just did again. Puts the jab out there. He's got to get in a feeler. He's looking to see how Yah's going to respond to these, and Yah hasn't really capitalized on anything yet.
Coming off, go ahead, Alan.
I was just going to say, a lot of times, Martin seems pretty comfortable in both stances. A lot of times when people switch, they have an offensive attack in mind, but their defense is somewhat lacking, but he seems very comfortable thus far, Ron.
Definitely.
Hey, be light. Be light, just touch. Right.
His third fight in 6 months, second of 2024, fought in January, comes in as Tapology's number 4 ranked welterweight in Nebraska, and nice flurry from James Martin to push Yah back.
That was a sneaky little head kick right there. You saw Martin
follows it up with a strong kick to the ribs.
Martin set up that head kick, putting both his arms out to force Yah to kind of close his guard. He's trying to sneak that kick. Look how quick those kicks are, those left kicks of Martin.
Now Yah comes in looking for a single leg takedown. Martin sprawling, grabbing the neck of Yah.
This is what Martin said, right? I want to test out that black belt, but look how quickly that transition was into that shot.
Absolutely. And now it's Martin fighting to get Yah to the ground. Beautiful defense there from Yah to aggressive balance.
Yeah, both men had to go, right? Both men showed pretty decent takedown defense. Martin's showing he's a little bit more relentless on it, though, right? If he gets the fight to the ground, it feels like this is where he's very comfortable. I think Yah was taking the fight to the ground to mix things up. He wasn't liking what he was seeing on the feet.
We are at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. 18th time the LFA has done a show here. This was also the site of the MMA bubble that the Legacy Fighting Alliance created back in 2020 when, of course, the COVID pandemic hit, and we were very fortunate and blessed to be able to work during that period as the LFA and the Sanford Pentagon, the city of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We were able to do 8 shows in this building, no fans. It was a great time to keep working, a very difficult time. Now look at this, James Martin, attacking the leg.
Looking for the leg here. Martin's out of it. Good way to finish the round on top like this. He did a little bit of damage as well. It makes it a little bit tougher to score. Although I did have Martin rather. I had Martin winning. Good job for Yah with a late finish, looking strong there.
Strong way to end that opening round. Welterweights will go to the second round. M A Yah training at the Skywalker 101 Boxing Academy. In his corner. Check out some of the highlights in the opening frame.
Okay, you see that body kick slide in there. And look, when you land a kick like that, you know you can set other kicks up later. That's probably why Martin went to the head kick after that. Later on in the round, you see this. I felt like Yah was behind in this round. Gets that takedown with about 20 seconds left. And smart move on him. Not only getting the taken down, but knowing I need to land some damage. I need to make this worth it to the judges in their eyes. He's making it the leg lock defense. You have to be cautious of that. If you go to the ground with Martin, you know he's going to be looking for some sneaky submissions.
James Martin, 6 months after getting a win in his pro debut, looking for his 5th consecutive victory in a row when you include his amateur career. He is Tapology's #8 ranked welterweight in Iowa. Comes in with a 100% finishing rate as a pro and amateur. All 8 of those wins, Alan, coming via submission. Round number 2 underway. Ron Crucken, Alan Javan with you. If you haven't done so, make sure you get to UFCFightPass.com. Sign up. UFC Fight Pass, your exclusive home of the Legacy Fighting Alliance.
Touch it, skip off of it. Skip off that touch.
You know, in that first round, it seemed like Yah didn't really want to commit on the strikes, right? He's not really putting a lot of power. He's kind of just feeling them out, not stepping into it. I felt like he was losing the striking. Nothing devastating really landed in that round, but I felt like he was a step behind in the striking on the feet to Martin. I'd like to see Yah step in a little more. I've seen his fights. He's a good fundamentals all around. I think he could have some more success on the feet and then maybe set up those takedowns a little bit easier, but thus far he hasn't really committed to anything on the feet.
Right.
It's been a lot of pawing actions. There's one of them.
As you mentioned, went 7-0 as an amateur and 4 victories via knockout, so he has that punching power. Wrestled 1 year at NJCAA Iowa Western Community College.
I wonder if it's the fear of getting taken down by Martin, you know? Martin is a good grappler.
Very dangerous on the ground, no doubt about it. As you mentioned, black belt BJJ, 8 submission wins, 7 wins as an amateur. He had 2 arm bars, Alan, 1 rear naked choke, 1 Kimura, 1 knee bar, 1 triangle, and 1 heel hook.
My goodness.
I mean, that's
a good selection.
Exactly, the variety pack.
Yeah, I mean, the typical MMA submission package is 3 rear naked chokes. It's the high percentage.
Right.
Not Martin.
Switch floor. Switch floor, Jay.
When we were speaking, I like what I saw out of Yah. He went for the takedown. I think he was just showing him, like, I can level change, be aware of it, and he threw a head kick as well. Starting to kind of diversify up his attack on the feet. I think he needs to keep doing that, have some success with it, and then also it'll help him if he's looking for those late takedowns at the end of the round as well.
Take center, James. James, touch him twice. Again. 1, 2. Go to the left, right.
James Martin, Icons Den MMA, Mark Miller, Dan Hornbuckle.
Now, switch left, kid.
Right from Martin. Oh, beautiful counter from Yah.
Yah seems to be finding his groove a little bit more in this round. That first round was a close one to score, by the way. I had Martin up the majority of the round. I thought Yah finished the round very strong. I think you could see some split judging on that one.
Sure. Very close round, no doubt about it.
And this one close as well, right? But I feel like Yah's starting to kind of find his rhythm again on the feet. Oh, nice counter strike right there by Martin.
Caught him, and now Yah looking for a takedown. Like a single leg, but it's Martin transitions to attacking the arm now. Beautiful transition from James Martin.
Yah doing a nice job keeping those hips heavy so that Martin doesn't sweep him right there. That's what he was looking for. Got himself a full mount. He's in a really good spot right now. Less than a minute to go.
Plenty of time to work from this spot. Mounts up, tries to get an elbow through. Blocked by James Martin.
You see what type of creativity Martin has right here to get himself out of a bad position. Oh, look, he's spinning into another leg. Oh, he's taking the back right here. He's going to try to probably spin and take this leg.
Don't worry about those punches.
Yah making him pay. His corner says, James Martin's corner said, don't worry about those punches. Easier said than done. And now Yah plants Martin again on his back inside the guard of James Martin. A time of winding down here in the second round.
Nice and easy.
We will move on to the third round between these two undefeated welterweights. M A Yah II out of Omaha, Nebraska, coming in with a 2-0 record. James Martin 1-0, fighting out in Illinois. And there's M A Yah II. Big round for him, Alan.
Yeah, I think he finally got a little more confident in there, comfortable rather, in the pocket, instead of landing his strikes a little bit more, inching in, putting a little more pop on it. You mentioned he's got knockout power. We didn't see a lot of it in the first round. Honestly, Ron, both of these rounds are very closely contested. I can see this 1-1 going into the third round.
I agree with you. I think we have an even fight. Martin, I think, did a little more damage in the first. Gave him that one. M A Yah much more active in the second round. So, at least according to our scorecards, Alan, we got a fight that's all tied up at 1 going into the third and final round. Our referee, Bobby Wambacher, gets the action going.
You could really see Martin's corner imploring him to push his pace, right? Don't let this fight slip out of the hands. I think if you're the coach in any one of these corners, you got to be telling your fighter the same thing. Look, it's probably tied up. We don't know what their scoring is. These are very close rounds. You have to stand out, make an impact in this last and final round.
Great crowd here as always. Sanford Pentagon, South Dakota. You are watching Legacy Fighting Alliance 182. Ron Drucken, Alan Joban, cage side tonight. Got a huge card for you. Coming up on UFC Fight Pass, Mitch McKee, the undefeated former University of Minnesota wrestler, taking on the striking specialist and Jose Hernandez. That is the main event. Yah puts Martin on his back, but we have seen he is extremely dangerous fighting off his back, Alan.
He is. You see him going high guard right here. He can throw that left hand, that left leg in front of the face. There we go. Has him in almost out of position. That's the defense for Yah to step over. That's how you get out of it. Tricky position right here. He's going to look for the knee bar or the leg lock right here. You can see the flexibility that Martin has. He's very comfortable kind of just going inverted in these type of positions.
Yeah. I mean, seamless transition too. From the legs, arm. He is as dangerous as they come on the canvas.
Oh, he's throwing up the triangle. It's going to be slippery right here. Yah might have an opportunity to slip out, but it looks tight.
It looks extremely tight. for two. M A Yah forced to tap. James Martin, his 9th career submission victory.
Martin's the real deal, baby.
Wow.
He's dangerous, man. He's dangerous everywhere. You have to be cautious at all times. You take somebody like that down. I mean, he went inverted. He took the back. He went for the knee bar. He slaps on a triangle. Didn't work. Slaps it back on again and gets the finish in the 3rd round.
Beautiful transition. Man, James Martin, a 29-year-old. The emotion pouring out. Another finish for James Martin. And let's take a look at it, Alan.
Beautiful stuff.
Beautiful.
Ryan, you saw he had the 2-on-1 controlling the left arm right there. Yah slaps on that triangle. I didn't know if he was going to get the finish because it's slippery, but look how smart. Compresses, catches the leg. You can see Yah's right there. He's tapping, isn't he? I couldn't tell if that first for the tap or a punch, right?
Yes.
I was thinking the exact same thing. We watch this again. Look, he's got the leg trap. He's got the arm trap. He's pulling down on the head with 2 hands. I mean, he does everything correctly, especially trying to secure someone by trapping the leg in a position where you're sweaty in the 3rd round. The submissions in the 3rd round, the submissions in the 1st round, you might have to make an adjustment. You can see the experience from the White Wolf, James Martin.
Well, our first fight took only 11 seconds. James Martin comes back and gets it done in the 3rd. Let's get the official decision from Mike Henry.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Bobby Wallmacher calls a stop to this fight. 2 minutes, 1 second in the 3rd and final round. Declare your winner by tap out in a triangle choke, the White Wolf, James Martin.